This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.
There's just one place to get our lowest payment on a new Acura. There's just one place to get our lowest payment on a new Acura Integra. $229 a month. It's the season of performance event at Acura of Pembroke Pines, #1 in the USA.
When presenting an award to an employee, athlete, executive, or fantasy GM, make sure you call Orvieto's Awards and More. For 35 years, these custom award specialists have been providing plaques, trophies, custom framing, while providing state-of-the-art laser and computerized engraving, UV printing, and glass crystal etching. They do all their engraving and printing in-house for quality control. Call Charles at 305-949-8098 or visit them at orvietosawards.com. Orvieto's Awards and More, where recognition is rewarding. After 40 years, the Big Cheese Miami is still producing great Italian food. They started in 1984. Since then, they've been winning awards while being voted the best inexpensive Italian restaurant in Miami. Visit them for great food, amazing service. Witness the decades of Cane's memories. The walls are like a Miami Hurricanes Hall of Fame. The Big Cheese delivers anything on its menu or party platter menu to your home, office, or even a park for a picnic. Located at 8080 Southwest 67th Avenue, Miami. Call 305-662-6855. TheBigCheeseMiami.com, where they serve large portions at family prices.
It starts every morning before the sun comes up. Projects are laid out. Plans are made. Equipment is fueled and loaded with inventory to handle all service requests. Orders are given to an army of skilled landscape maintenance professionals, certified arbor trimmers, irrigation technicians, and licensed pest management experts who fan out to communities and businesses all over South Florida. Experienced, on time, and dependable. Our staff is fully trained, licensed, and insured. Contact us by phone, email, social media, or through our website to answer all your landscape questions. We are Cutter's Edge, Total Landscape Solutions.
It's game day at Toyota of Hollywood. Our all-stars are here to give you our MVP experience. Join the fun and feast on discounts up to $4,500. Huddle up and score big on a 25 Corolla. Not $26,000, $17,988. It's a tailgate party you don't want to miss. So gobble up the savings at the #1 volume Toyota dealer. Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood Boulevard and Sheridan Street. Open till midnight.
For over 16 years, EJDconstruction.com has provided South Florida residents quality craftsmanship, accurate project management, and exceptional service. That's why EJDconstruction.com is an A-rated member of Angie's List and the Better Business Bureau. When you're looking for the right custom home builder for additions or home remodeling, please call my friend Eric at 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDconstruction.com.
When it comes to your smile, confidence is so important. At Moody S Dental, they provide the services to get your smile back. This family-run practice prides itself by offering the latest technology to give your family the best experience possible. Moody S Dental has been in business for over 30 years with offices in Hialeah and Plantation. They accept most major dental insurances. They provide free new patient exams, 20% off select treatments. To qualify, please follow us on Instagram at moodys.dental. Moody S Dental has been in business for over 30 years. To schedule an appointment in Hialeah, call 305-821-0231. And Plantation consultation, 954-692-6825. From Invisaligns, dental implants, same-day crowns, and the preventative care and preservation to get your smile back. Go to moodyasdental.com to find out more and tell them Big O sent you.
Oh, Sam, not again.
Initiating Daddy's back.
Go!
Set the rhythm of your smart home with Sloman Shield Blink, the new integrated smart home platform that automates your life just the way you want it. Sloman Shield Blink. Be the maestro of your own home.
Price, service, selection. Get all this and more at South Florida's #1 loved Subaru store. Subaru of Pembroke Pines. Save today with our 3 ways to save. 0% financing, 0 down payment, or make no payments for 90 days. From Subaru of Pembroke Pines.
Welcome to Caneswear. New store, new items, same great experience. Family owned and operated since 2010, Caneswear has the latest merchandise from the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Florida Panthers, Inter Miami CF, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of 595, or online at caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fans shop.
If you're looking to take your home or business to the next level, then RM Contractors can assist you. RM specializes in new residential turnkey, new commercial turnkey, home and office remodeling. Call them for free estimates. Serving all of South Florida, licensed and insured. Call Ray, 305-345-3649. You work hard to create the perfect atmosphere. You dream it, we'll build it. RM Contractors, 305-345-3649. Or Instagram at RMC Fisher Island.
Hi, this is Jeff Welt from Welton Rayom. Dan and I have been in business together for over 22 years. We're not your typical lawyers. When Dan's not working in the office, he's flying his stunt plane. When I'm not in the office, I'm either getting tattooed, bowling, riding a motorcycle, or going to concerts. We might not be your typical attorneys, but we are aggressive attorneys, and we'll do whatever it takes to get you what you deserve. Consultations are always free. Call us anytime, 24/7.
Welton Rayom can help.
There's just one place to get our lowest payment on a new Acura ADX. $239 a month. It's the Season of Performance event at Acura of Pembroke Pines, #1 in the USA.
The viewpoint, statements, or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc. ownership, management, sponsors, or website.
Afternoon, boys and girls. Welcome aboard a beautiful Hialeah Park, where we are every Tuesday here, as always, hanging out, having some fun, watching the folks enjoy themselves in the poker room. Remember, you can always come on out here. The ladies will serve you drinks and food while you're watching all the games. gambling on any of the tracks around the country, remember you also got the gambling app here at Hialeah Park. You use that QR code there, get right in. They're teamed up with Hard Rock, so there you go. Just go through here and get it on, man. Get it on. Welcome, Sean Stanley, mastering the platform as he always does every single day. It is a beautiful Tuesday, December 23rd, 2025. It is day number 18,968 since the Miami Dolphins won the NFL title. And it is day number 8,751 since the Miami Hurricanes were national champions. We would like to see that counter reset this year. Could happen. You never know. They get past Ohio State, it really starts to set in. Anyway, so we'll have some fun. By the way, we had a great conversation with Ira Winderman from the South Florida Sun Sentinel. It'll be posted at around 4 o'clock here on the platform. I talked with him about 2 hours ago, and we talked about the Heat and Khalil Ware's play and, trade possibilities and all that kind of stuff. Hero, the NBA looking to penalize teams for tanking, all kinds of stuff. Obviously, we talked about and trades from within the team also. So really, really good conversation. Look for it there. It'll drop at 4 o'clock here on the platform, and you can check it out and enjoy the convo. And by the way, Oscar, I saw your stuff on Hero. Miami's 1-5 right now without Hero. Okay, so they were sucking when Hero got back, and then they suck anyways when Hero's been out. So it's just not a good team, you know what I mean, overall. But Khalil Ware's play, not for nothing, but that's what I was all about from the get-go. Get rid of all the other guys, get first-round picks for Bam, for Tyler, for Powell, for Wiggins. Get all the first-round picks you can. Reset, play the young guys. And this is one of the young guys that I want to find out about, Khalil Ware. And I want to find out, look what he's doing. In the last few games, he is averaging 25 points, 15 rebounds, a block and a half. He shot 12 of 16 from three-point range. So this is what I'm talking about, dude. That's what this is all about. Not any of the other crap that's going on, and that's where, but whatever. It is what it is. We'll find out. For me personally, I would wait for Hero to get healthy. And then once he's healthy and once he gets in a groove, I'm trading him. But whatever. I would have traded him a while back. So, the Heat has unfortunately missed out on a lot of things that we've talked about. You had to trade Jimmy Butler right when you were done with that second trip to the finals. But it takes balls to trade somebody at their peak because there's going to be a decline. That's the problem I have with the Giannis trade. I worry about that too. If you're giving up too much, and then you're going to get a player that's on the descent, and there's not much left there. And if you don't score in that next year or two, his body is then going to start to really decline, and he's not going to be the same player. So, it is what it is. But I think the Heat have other issues, and they've got to actually take a real look at what they're doing and how they're going about their business. I think that's really what's setting them back more than anything else. But that's all right. That's sports, right? We all have our opinions on how things should go. By the way, the Bucks are now favored by 5. The over and under is 46. Bucks minus 250 on the money line. Dolphins plus 200. So the line has not moved much. The line that has moved, by the way, is the Miami Hurricanes line. Just a couple of days ago, the Hurricanes were an 8.5-point dog. Now the Hurricanes are, and 9 also. It got to 9 also. Now they're a 7.5-point dog. Oh, so money's coming in on the Canes. Ohio State's favored by 7.5. The over and under is 42. Miami's plus 275 on the money line. Ohio State is minus 375 on the money line. So things are moving a little bit. Yesterday it was plus 300 for UM, and it was minus 9.5 actually. When I said it yesterday on the show, it was minus 9.5. Now it's moved 2 points, dude. Okay, and then it was minus 400 the money line. Now it's minus 375 for Ohio State. So it's moved quite a bit in 24 hours when it comes to that. Can't wait for that game, and we have a long ways to go, which is good because this weekend, we only have to work Sunday. So that is good. That is good. But our Sundays are going to be free after the next 2 Sundays. I mean, would I love to have my Sundays and Saturdays tied up with Dolphin football? Yeah, but it's not, and it wasn't going to. So I'm looking forward to having the time off. You know what I'm saying? Don't forget, folks, to smash the hell out of the like button. Always appreciate it if you can. That gets the algorithms going. You can also make a donation to the show, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show. Cash App or Venmo, and you can make a Bitcoin, Ethereum, Chainlink, or Solana donation. Hateful Steve sent one in earlier. He says, how sad is it that Rivers and Rodgers are balling at 42 and 44 and Tua's getting cut? Yes and no. We'll see what happens after all of this. You know what I'm saying? But the Dolphins get what they deserve, dude, Ho Yoon, thank you for the love on Venmo, sir. He just sends in another generous donation and just puts Merry Christmas. By the way, Ho Yoon, want you to know I may be in your town for a concert, so I'm taking you out, okay? So not yet. It's not confirmed, but it is a Saturday, May 16th. What you need to tell me on Venmo, send me a message if you can. Are you a Journey fan? Because if you're a Journey fan, then I'm going to buy you a ticket. Okay? And you're going to go with me and the wife to the Journey concert. All right, Ho Yoon, because you said you live in Jacksonville. So, been dying to meet you. You've been a very strong supporter of the show, and I really appreciate it. Journey has got their tour, and I've seen Journey a ton of times, but I enjoy this version of Journey with our Ariel, and they keep the music alive, and Sean still shreds. And this is the last one with the keyboardist. So, before he moves on, they're going to be in New Orleans on Saturday, March 28 at the Smoothie King. They're going to be in Tampa at the Benchmark International Arena. What is that in Tampa? Wasn't it called is the Tampa St. Pete Times Forum now that? Is that what it's called? Benchmark International Arena. And I'm wondering, what the hell is that in Tampa? But anyways, they're there May 15, but May 16, they're at the ViStar Veterans Memorial Arena in Jacksonville. So what is it? So it's a Tampa Bay it's the St. Pete Times. So they changed. They got a new sponsor. Okay, that's what it is. Okay, that's what I figured. I'd never heard of that arena. I'm going, okay, then St. Pete Times Forum. St. Pete Times Forum. That's what it was. It was called. So now they changed. Now it's an arena, not a forum. Okay, they have changed now. They're arena. They used to be a forum. But now they're an arena. They're just an arena. When you're a forum, you're special. So I don't know what it is. But anyway, Ho Yoon, if you like Journey, tell me. Because I'm thinking about it and, So appreciate you, brother. Thank you. Big time. So if you're a Journey fan, tell me. Tell me. All right. In fact, let me send him a message on Instagram. There we go. All right. There we go. Anyway, so appreciate you, Hoyun. Thank you, sir, as always. Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show. Cash App or Venmo. And you can make a Bitcoin, Ethereum, Chainlink, and Solana donation. You like my funky psychedelic shirt today, Brett? Do you know why I wore it, Sean? Any idea why I wore it? All right. Well, a lot of people have been talking about, the draft back in 2020 with the Miami Dolphins. And so we wanted to kind of find the video back then when we were preparing for the Tua draft and the Burrow draft and all that kind of stuff. And so I told Sean, hey, why don't you go fish out the video of me, at one point or another breaking down when, being asked about who I would select and then all the players. So Sean found the soundbite. This is obviously nearly 6 years old, right? Because this is prior to the 2020 draft. So here I'm breaking down Tua, Herbert, Wirfs, and Love. Because remember, you're at 5. There's no reason to talk about Burrow. It's kind of like there's no reason to talk about Mendoza. But we'll get to that conversation shortly, you morons. Anyway, so you got those 4, and that was a conversation at that time. Okay? So one of the listeners, so you tell me what you think about the comment there on the chat board. And by the way, notice the difference in the studio when we started to where it's at now. And anything else? So go ahead, Sean. Fire away.
At 5, I'd rather have Tua than Herbert or Love. Douglas, that's an interesting dilemma because Herbert is the prototypical quarterback. I'm not a Herbert guy, so I can see people taking him. Love is not worthy of the 5th pick because of how erratic he is. But, man, the upside, if you can harness what he does and make him responsible out there, it's scary what Jordan Love can be. And then Tua is, if you're worried about the injuries. But, what Douglas brings up is a very interesting dynamic and dilemma and discussion because you can make a case for all 3, and then I can find holes in all 3. That's why I'll just go Tristan Wirfs, and I'll worry about the quarterback later.
So there you go. And I went and Tristan Wirfs was my pick, but they chose Tua, and I chose to support the pick because I know he can pass. That I have no doubt in my mind. The kid is a killer passer, but you have to build it right around him. And unfortunately, that's where they failed. But if you notice the Jordan Love comment, because I would have never taken Jordan Love at 5, and he would have never succeeded here. Because they would have thrown him to the Wolves right away. He would have failed. He went to. It's interesting because we were talking about something off the air, and he goes, you never really get the perfect place to go to. Jordan Love did. Jordan Love went to the one place that they are like, no, we're not in a hurry for any quarterback to develop. No, we take our time in developing quarterbacks. And they sat Aaron Rodgers when he wasn't ready right from the get-go, and they got him groomed, and then they got him ready, and then they did the same thing with Jordan Love, which is not what we would have done because we never do that. We just draft Pat White and throw him right out there, and John Beck and Tannehill and everybody. We just throw them right out there right away, and they're not ready to go. And we don't give them the supporting staff and everything. We didn't give Marino the support he needed to win it all, dude. We didn't give Marino the freak. We didn't give the freak what he needed. But Jordan Love, man, he might have ended up like a Geno Smith. He might have ended up like a Sam Darnold. He might have ended up like one of those guys that would have had like a terrible start, cut, and then has to go resurrect his career, somewhere else, that kind of stuff. Drew Brees was kind of one of those guys early on that was kind of doing that too, that kind of, even though he did play well the last year with the Chargers that they were drafting Rivers, and they were already committed to Rivers, so they had to let him go at that point, So it was New Orleans luck, not ours, of course. But it shows you there in that video that definitely wrong about Tua as a player because, you could call it a fail if you want. I don't think so. I still think he can play. I thought he was fine here if we actually would have done the right things around him. But to me, Tristan Wirfs would have been the no-brainer because you would have parked him there at tackle and you wouldn't have to worry for the next 10 to 15 years. And he's part of a foundation that you need in order for your quarterback to succeed. And that's the other thing that I laugh at all this other stuff when we're all moving on to the next. Oh, we need a quarterback. And what? And where are you going? You think you're a quarterback away? That's been the drug, the addiction, and the problem that many Dolphin fans and media members have, that they still don't get it and don't understand it. That if there's foundationally what the quarterback needs to succeed, they're not going to succeed. Pat Mahomes does not have in the foundation what he needed to succeed this year. You keep asking him, and he can only do so much. A couple years ago, he had no offensive line. He still got to the Super Bowl and he got killed. So now you got to reset, and you got to even help the great ones like Marino. They can. Those magicians can only do so much. If you don't give them the proper coaching on the sidelines, the proper leadership above, and then the support staff around them, there's no way that they end up succeeding. And that's why we have this naivete or this ignorance, because it's either or. If you're young, naivete. If you're old, you're freaking ignorant and you haven't learned yet. Until the Dolphins create a place where quarterbacks can thrive, they will be the Jets, and they will be the Browns, and they will be the Raiders, and they will be the Arizona Cardinals, and that's who they are. And that's why quarterbacks, even though most of them haven't been good enough, they're not going to reach their potential here because you don't provide the foundation. Okay? So it's rough, but it's kind of the reality of where we're at now. So it doesn't really matter who you draft. We could draft a freak, and the freak, like Marino, can help you win some games, but did you really win anything of significance? No. Why? Oh, because Marino couldn't play defense, and he couldn't run the ball, and he couldn't, pass. What's it called? Pass protect or run block. More run block. Pass protection, it was because he got rid of it so fast. It wasn't because, oh my God, the line was giving him 5 seconds of. Marino didn't need 5 seconds. But again, it really comes down to support staff. And if you don't have a support staff, it's really hard to succeed in life. It just is. And that's in anything out there. Okay. Hateful Steve, once again on Venmo. He says, let's run it back with McD. There's no great coaching candidates, no chance at any good QBs in the draft, and big time cap trouble. Use our draft picks in the trenches and wait until next season to make moves. I wouldn't come back with McD because that doesn't create see, here's where, and Hateful Steve, as always, thank you, my brother. Remember, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. You can send in questions, comments, insults, all kinds of stuff. I disagree with you wholeheartedly there. I think you need to go find somebody that has character, that knows how to coach, that knows how to build a winning culture, even in a losing type situation. But you can't have a loser coach who is constantly dysfunctional, unorganized. 4 years in, he's frustrated about whatever happened to him with his third quarters and all that other stuff. And it's like, yo, bro, you've never made an adjustment in your life. So, Your team is bad in the third quarter because you're not very good adjusting from the first half. And that is nothing new for 4 years. So you cannot keep around what does not work. And when they win in spite of him. They're not winning because of him. So you need to gut this franchise like a fish. Dude, if the Giants are looking for Marcus Freeman, then you do it. That's it. Go get a young guy like that. Guy that brings structure. Give him the world. Okay? That's, if you're going to try something, try that. There's a guy that coaches, adjusts to everything and anything going on. Then do that. Do something that at least brings some stability and some direction to your franchise. I'm not the biggest Mike McCarthy fan, but shit, I'd rather have him than Mike McDaniel. And if I have to use Mike McCarthy for 2 or 3 years to kind of level things off and build the lines, like you say, that part I do agree with you, Steve. You know what I mean? Because we'll get to the conversation of Mendoza, which is just some stupid shit that's out there. So that I agree with you, no doubt. Build up get the foundation so when you do get your next quarterback, the person has a real offensive coordinator, a head coach that knows what he's doing, and a general manager that knows how to build. But this whole this is the other thing, Steve. Who's telling you that there's no candidates out there? Just reporters? Well, if you're an NFL franchise and you have people, which I know Steve doesn't, Ross, you should know how to find anybody out there that you need to find or go in another direction, but you cannot bring out of pure convenience and laziness and keep the people in place because the status quo has been dog shit for 40 years. And you're not going to eliminate the status quo until you gut it like a fish. Not a mammal, but a fish. Because we don't want to hurt dolphins. We like dolphins. Although dolphin fillet is really, really good. It's really, really good. But we want to gut it like a fish. Just gut it. It needs to be gutted. And you just can't keep a shitty franchise around that doesn't have any direction and another year and you're just wasting time. You can't. You got to be able to give a shit and want to move on. And I get it. You're 85 years old, but you better do something about it. By the way, we thank the folks at Subaru of Pembroke Pines. We're going to be there tomorrow at Subaru of Pembroke Pines, and they've got the end of the year sales event going on right now. Their offers keep getting better and better right now. You can get a $250 Amazon gift card with any new car purchase, plus up to a $2,000 trade-in bonus. Offers cannot be combined. You also can enjoy 90 days with no payments and the first 2 oil and filter changes included with every new Subaru with approved credit. Offers cannot be combined. And, of course, go see dealers for details. Drive home in a Crosstrek right now, folks. Just $199 a month, or you can step into the Outback for $297 a month with 0% financing available. And if you're looking to go greener, oh, yeah, baby, the Forester Hybrid, that is a beautiful vehicle. It is loaded. Those models are in stock right now. Mention us when you get there. Tell them, hey, Big O sent me, and they're going to give you $500 off your Subaru purchase, of course. So take advantage. Tell them that Big O sent you and save yourself a little money at my friends at Subaru of Pembroke Pines, 16100 Pines Boulevard. And see Alan and Eric Stampone and all the great people out there at Subaru of Pembroke Pines. All right. Oh, man, let me see what we got here on the chat board. Brian Radke, Jamie Zorea, Ross's Jerry Jones 2.0. Medler, I'm convinced Dolphins are not winning with him. Remember to smash the like button. Thank you, sir. Please smash. Let's go. Joseph. Yes, Achane getting to the Pro Bowl. Hey, why don't we give De'von Achane? We don't want him doing it right now because it's in season. But, after the season, enjoy yourself. A victory cigar. All right. So good for him. Oh, Lordy. I'm kind of like whatever with individual awards, to be quite honest, because I'm just so tired that I need some collective stuff being accomplished. The individual stuff just like does really very little for me, but I'm happy for him because he works his ass off, and they would be lost without him. NorCal is in. He says he's called Jones also Ross Jones 2.0. Dolphin Dave, Merry Christmas to you, sir. Jeff in Long Island. 3 Pedro. Big O, I know you banned Dairy Queen, but what about Steak and Shake? I saw they have a Bitcoin double cheeseburger. The bun has a Bitcoin logo branded on it. Oh, I'll eat Steak and Shake. Yeah, and plus, by the way, you can buy your Steak and Shake with Bitcoin there. So that's one of the places now that are accepting Bitcoin as cash. Which is super smart on their part. By the way, their business went up 10%. So it is what it is. It does? So, but can I get it without the cheese? Okay. Oh, okay. So what I'll do is I'll order the Bitcoin meal, and then I'll order what I don't want with it, which is like most of that. I'm plain Jane, dude. Lettuce and tomatoes, and I'm good to go, man. I'm good to go. By the way, did you notice the shirt I had on in that video? Same shirt. I figured, oh, man, I've got that shirt. What the hell? I might as well wear that shirt. I think I've worn this shirt maybe 3 times in the last 6 years or something like that. It's actually a cool Panthers shirt they gave away October 20th of 2018. So this shirt is 7 years old, about to be 8 years old. So, but it was a cool shirt and a cool idea by the Cats back in the day. Anyway, I will look at that Bitcoin meal just to kind of have some fun with it and get it. And I want to get a hand of that bun. So I definitely am going to look into that, my friend. Thank you for the heads up. I know that you can buy with Bitcoin there. So if you have, your money in your Cash App or whatever, and like I always say, you shouldn't have a savings account. You should have a Bitcoin account, right? I've said that for many years. Don't have a savings account, have a Bitcoin account. Not that it's financial advice, but it is exceptional financial advice. Let's see. What else do we have here? Rosendo Cosa. He says Stephen Ross toasted to how profitable his Miami Dolphins franchise is. Yes, he is stealing money. Brett Dodger, Mazel Tov. Let's see. What we got here? Think Blue Dodgers checking in from LA. True FinFan, thank you for the love on the super chat. Marino holds records for snaps with no sacks, 759. Yep. And he sent a second one in, 759 snaps, no sack, 19 games. Crazy stat. How about that? Yeah. I just needed him to get a damn ring. That's what I wanted my guy to get, a ring. That's what Marino deserved, man. What? Did they call me? I got to go play? Okay. Sweet Baby Ray says, Ross is a genius. He's keeping McDaniel to tank by default. Shh. No one else knows this. Brian Landis, afternoon to you, sir. 6193 says, McCarthy is the best option with head coach experience. He may not be the best overall option, but at least he has winning experience. And I think you'll be a much more structured team under him than you would be under McDoofus. That's all I'm saying. You know? Dolphin Dave says Adam Schaefer said the Dolphins have not said Mike McDaniel is safe. Yeah, you know, the one side on the NFL Network and then on the other side on ESPN, and who knows, dude. All I know is he better be gone. I mean, he better be gone. Ross is going to replace Tua now on his birthday calendar. Yep, probably. He probably isn't going to give him any gifts. He's already going to give him a nice gift, a parting gift. A nice $100 million parting gift. That's the kind of gift I want when I get fired. All right, let's get to our 3A Graphics sports calendar. The great Alan Blanco, 786-618-1443 of your company, corporation. You need custom printing and embroidery, please call my guy, Alan Blanco. They know how to get it done. 786-618-1443. Support the great sponsors that keep us afloat every single day. Tonight, the Miami Heat are back in action. They take on Toronto. They're favored by 5.5. The over and under is 228.5. Toronto is plus 170 on the money line. The Heat is minus 220 on the money line. Miami, by the way, is 2-8 in their last 10 games. No Hero, Jovic, or Larson tonight. The Panthers, who are streaking, baby. We're going streaking. They're 7-2 in their last 9 games. Panthers plus 130 on the money line. They are taking on the Hurricanes. And the Hurricanes are minus 150 on the money line. Last night, the Niners dispatched the Colts 48-27. As Shanahan is working on Coach of the Year honors, his team is 11-4 with a crap ton of injuries, man. Purdy lit it up yesterday. 5 touchdowns and interception, 295 yards. Old man Rivers threw for 277, 2 touchdowns and an interception. The Dolphins are 5-point dogs at home against the Bucks. The over and under is 46. Kickoff will be at 1. We'll get you ready at 11:30 for the Canes in 2 weeks, or a little less than that, December 31st. The number 10 team in the country right now, Ohio State, number 2. They are favored by 7.5 points, dropping down from 9.5 yesterday. Over and under is 42. Miami's plus 275 on the money line. Ohio State is minus 375 on the money line. And DJ Metcalf's shove of a Detroit Lions fan has cost him dearly, as $40 million in guarantees have been voided out of his contract. The Steelers can get out of that contract at any time they want without any real penalties. Not that I think they're going to hang on to him because he's playing well, but they now have flexibility they did not have with that deal. So DK Metcalf, watch your P's and Q's, young man, if you want your money. That is your 3A Graphics sports calendar. All right. So we got to get to the silliness that goes on. And look, I get it, man. If you're a Dolphins beat writer, all you're right about is the Dolphins. If you're a Dolphins-related type show, well, all you do is talk about the Dolphins. And when there isn't really a good subject to talk about, you will invent shit. Because hypothetical radio is what it's all about. You know, some guy on Twitter goes to me, so what do you think happens if Miami takes Wirfs? What do you think, the Chargers do next? And I'm like, I don't give a shit. Why am I going to play that? That happened already. It's done. We moved on. Who cares? But hypothetical radio is out there. Hypothetical sports talk is out there because a lot of people like to waste a lot of time and waste your time. And a lot of you waste your own time following this silly shit. And let's do this. So the Giants are number 1 in the draft. And the Dolphins are number 10 right now, as it stands with 2 weeks left, right? But the Giants have Jackson Dart. So all of a sudden, the Dolphin writers or Dolphin podcasters are, well, why don't we trade with the Giants? And, they have like a silly trade, like 2 first-rounders, a second-rounder, and like a player, right? I think they mentioned like some weak-ass trade that's there. Remember, Miami at 5 offered the Bengals 4 first-rounders to move up 4 spots from 5 to 1. 4 first-rounders. These idiots are talking about 2 firsts, a second, and a player or whatever to go from 1 to 10 for the Giants. So you're the Giants. Let's say you don't need a quarterback, which, by the way, with Jackson Dart and his scrambled brains, I'd still be thinking quarterback maybe. Maybe I'd trade Jackson Dart and keep Mendoza, because when I look at level-headedness, Mendoza's got it. Jackson Dart doesn't get it. He thinks he can run like a running back and live on his career. He will die very soon. It's going to be a very short career for Jackson Dart. So the Giants aren't that sure at quarterback if they want to be. But let's say they are. Let's say they love Jackson Dart, and they're not going to get the Mendoza kid, and now they've got a trade chip at number 1. Do you know who's number 2 right now? Guess who's number 2? Vegas. Do they have a quarterback? No. So why would the Giants move all the way down to 10 and lose out on, let's say, Ruben Bain? Ruben Bain right now, it's Mendoza 1, which I don't know. Caleb Downs is considered the number 2 pick in the draft, the safety out of Ohio State. And then Ruben Bain's 3. There are no drugs in the world that I'm taking a safety over Ruben Bain. Nothing. But let's just.
It is Vegas.
It is Vegas. Okay. But shits and giggles. Okay. But let's just say it. Like the Giants, why would they want to go all the way down to 10 and miss out on Kendrick Falk, the defensive end from Auburn, miss out on Ruben Bain from Miami, and miss out on TJ Puker or Pucker or whatever he is from Clemson? Just explain that to me. Why would they go down all the way to 10 for a shitty trade? But I get it, you Dolphin little podcasters. You need your little space, and you Dolphin fan. Oh, I need anything I can grab to. Oh, Mendoza, it's a possibility. No, it's not. No, it's not, morons. Okay, the Giants aren't going to trade for that shitty little trade that you people are throwing out there, and then writers are aggregating it. And what do you think about this? Well, you know what I think? I think you're all full of shit. I think all of you need to get laid every once in a while. That's what I think. I think most of you don't have a life. Seriously. Can we live in reality? Please. You're not getting Mendoza. Okay? And the Giants are not going to be stupid enough. They can get 2, 3, 4 first rounders and move to 2 or 3. You know that, right? They can get the same thing from more than what the fake trade that they're offering from Miami. I mean, this is, and I get it, man. And I get for those of you out there, because on our show, I can talk Dolphins, I can talk Heat, I can talk Canes, I can talk crypto, I can talk life, I can talk music, I can talk politics. So on my show, I talk about anything and everything. I've got depth. So I'm good with that. I can talk soccer. I can sit down and talk Inter Miami. I can talk Fort Lauderdale United. I'm good, dude. I'm good. I can have all kinds of conversations. I am not narrowcasting. And I get it for those of you out there. Look, it gets hits, it clicks, views. It's a waste of time. Okay, it's a waste of time. It's just stupidity. Seriously, to think that the Giants are going to be that stupid to move out of the number 1 pick and go all the way down to 10 and miss out on some real studs that are right there in the top 5. If the Giants move, they move within the top 5, you idiots. And they get a boatload of picks for the quarter because it's the only quarterback, right? It's like the only quarterback coming out, really. The rest of the guys aren't even going to be, because some of them are going back. Could. He hasn't even declared yet. So really, he's like the only guy that's going to I went and looked at this list at the top 10 players, top 8 players. Do you know who's number 8? Francis Maui-Noah. Number 8, Francis Maui-Noah. Number 7 is Spencer Fano, the offensive tackle from Utah, which don't they need that, the Giants, to protect the... Isn't that like smart, I think? Okay. Come on, man. Let's live in reality. Please. Let's live in reality. You're not getting Mendoza, and you can write your little articles and you can make your little segments and all that. And there's a lot of suckers that'll fall for it and a lot of suckers that'll waste their time watching about it. But stay in reality. Build a foundation, build a real team, build something that any quarterback could succeed. Give me a minute, Sean, please.
Hi, this is Jeff Welt from Welt and Rayom. Dan and I have been in business together for over 22 years. We're not your typical lawyers. When Dan's not working in the office, he's flying his stunt plane. When I'm not in the office, I'm either getting tattooed, bowling, riding a motorcycle, or going to concerts. We might not be your typical attorneys, but we are aggressive attorneys, and we'll do whatever it takes to get you what you deserve. Consultations are always free. Call us anytime, 24/7.
Welt and Rayom can help. After 40 years, the Big Cheese Miami is still producing great Italian food. They started in 1984. Since then, they've been winning awards while being voted the best inexpensive Italian restaurant in Miami. Visit them for great food, amazing service. Witness the decades of Cane's memories. The walls are like a Miami Hurricanes Hall of Fame. The Big Cheese delivers anything on its menu or party platter menu to your home, office, or even a park for a picnic. Located at 8080 Southwest 67th Avenue, Miami. Call 305-662-6855. TheBigCheeseMiami.com, where they serve large portions at family prices.
All right, we are back here at Hialeah Park where they're giving away a Mercedes-Benz. Yes, sir. We'll talk to the great Steve Calabro, who went 2-1 with his picks. The wise guy went 2-1. So not bad. Combined, both guys got it done. The loss was the Houston one for Steve, and the Giants for the wise guy was the loss. So, but both of them got 2 wins. So they gave you some winning picks this week. Good job by them. What else do we have here? A Big O. Do you think Mike Florio is hypothetical radio? Listening to him, will I get brainwashed? I mean, everybody does hypothetical radio, but no, I think he does a lot of news stuff. So that's fine. It's when you start getting into the hypothetical stuff, it's just what if this and we do this and why are we going to talk about this? It just makes no sense whatsoever, you know. Continue drafting the line. Exactly, Rosendo. You definitely got to build both lines up big time. True FinFan says one of the several lessons learned about 2020 is build the line first, never spend big money on receivers again, and get the QB at the end. Yep. What else do we have? All right. Congratulations, by the way, to De'von Achane for making the Pro Bowl. Well-deserved. Kid has 1,267 yards, 8 touchdowns. He's averaging 5.8 yards per carry. He's got 459 yards receiving, 64 receptions at 7.2 yards per reception and 4 touchdowns. He is by far the offensive MVP of the team. You know, Brooks is the defensive MVP, and I don't know which one you would want to. I would probably give it to Achane, because without Achane, really the offense is not even close to what it could be, what it's been. It could be a lot better if you had a better coach, but without Achane, you'd be completely lost. And I'd have to say the same thing for Brooks on the other side, but I'd give a slight nod to De'von Achane as your team MVP this year and Pro Bowl. Well deserved, man. Well deserved. Hopefully he gets to 14 to 1,500 yards over the next 2 games. Let's see if he can pick up 150, 200 yards more. That'll be really, really cool. Jordan Brooks, by the way, is a first alternate there at inside linebacker. Minka is a third alternate at safety. Waddle's a third alternate at wide receiver. And Ingold is a first alternate at fullback. So some of those guys there also in the wings. They didn't get the nod like Achane did, but I mean, the Brooks one, that one you can say he got jobbed a little bit, but at the same time, your team is not good, and that's going to always hurt you, man. Unless your numbers are just so extraordinary that you have changed games and things like that, and that's he is awesome. His numbers are great, but they're not necessarily game-changing plays and things like, that a pass rusher would do, that, gets a tip pass, intercept him for a touchdown, or gets like a bunch of sacks or something. It's just different, unfortunately. So I can understand why he was just on the outside looking in and why that's why he's a first alternate, because he's right there on the brink. But the Achane one, well-deserved, dude. Well-deserved. I really like that kid, and that has been one incredible draft pick. One incredible draft pick. That's one of those third rounders. It's not the Jason Taylor third rounder, but damn, it's pretty damn good. It's pretty damn close, Let's see. True Fin fan, thank you for the super chat. He says, call me crazy, but just bet the Rams versus the Texans Super Bowl. I don't know about the Texans getting there to the Super Bowl. They're just kind of inconsistent at times. I love their defense. But I do like the Rams. That one I can agree with you on that one. I definitely like the Rams. Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show. Cash App or Venmo. And, of course, you can make that Bitcoin, Ethereum, Chainlink, or Solana donation, which we always appreciate that. Thank you all out there. Let's see what else and I want to talk about. By the way, I mentioned it in the update. The Metcalf 2-game suspension, how it now is costing him $40 million. Now, it's not going to cost him the $40 million, but it could cost him $40 million is the thing. It could cost him. If they release him, those are guarantees that they no longer have to pay. Okay? Think about that. Guarantees that they no longer have to pay. That's huge. So if they need any cap flexibility, they can get it easy with DK Metcalf. So he had a clause in his contract. It says if Metcalf fails to practice or play with the club for any reason, including suspensions imposed by the league, it's a clause of null and void. It's a hell of a mistake to make. He's got to be a Boy Scout for the next couple of years, and he's got to behave himself. Look, I don't know what the idiot in the sideline says, whether he said something derogatory, insulting, or he was just joking and Metcalf couldn't take it or whatever, but they're just words. And you can't put your hands on the fans. You can't. What you do is report them. You know how they do in the NBA now? They point, they report, and then they kick them out. Do that, man. There's audio out there of him after the whole incident. That was the idea, folks. Like he said, like that was the plan to get him, but you're the idiot that did it. And you're the one that's going to risk a lot. risk all kinds of lawsuits. There's no reason. What if there was a serious injury that happens? Football players are strong as hell, and we're not. They can cause some damage. What if the guy loses his balance when you chug him from up there and he falls? And he dislocates a shoulder, busts up his neck, his clavicle, whatever it is, vertebrae. And then what? So you're DK Metcalf. You got to be smarter than that, dude. And you got to report the guy. And you reported him last year? Well, then report it again. And there's mics everywhere. That's the good thing. Somebody, if the guy said something dirty or whatever, somebody has the recording, they're going to let it out for sure. So, but you got to you got to have restraint. You have so much to lose. I have a philosophy for rich and the famous. You've heard me talk about this before. Like, I think if you're rich and famous, I don't think you go out with normal people like us because you have way too much to lose. I think unfortunately, your pool should be people that have as much to lose as you do. Yeah, because you marry the unknown, they want to then sue you. They want to then take you for all your money, and you just never know. But if rich marries rich, well, then that part is out the window at least. You know what I'm saying? If famous marries famous, then, because it's like you're Hudson. Well, we know what you're doing. You know what I mean? You're riding the old man in many different ways. You're also, cashing in and you're milking your popularity out of them because nobody knew who the hell you were. And now everybody knows who you are. So even when this ends, and it will end one way or the other, you're going to move on from this. And in this world, you're going to actually be like some kind of a, be celebrity or something, and you'll make some money off of it because that's how this society is. Because you'll be, Jennifer Hudson. Oh, yeah, she's the one that was banging the old man until he died. Yeah. That's it. And you'll make your money. It's just it's a crazy world, dude. Crazy world. So Metcalf has got to be smarter than that, and you got to play the game. And when you're an athlete, a politician, a musician, somebody famous, you play by a different set of rules. You have to hang around different people. That's why those guys that go back to their barrio, their neighborhood, their hood, and they end up paying the price. Because you try to go back, and then the people that are down are bringing you down also at the same time. And it's a sad world, but that's where we live in. So if you're DK Metcalf, you have to be careful, man. People are going to bait you on the street, on the sidelines, at a game, in the club. They're going to be baiting you in every way possible, and you better be smart about it. So now he pays the price. Doesn't mean he's going to lose the $40 million. He's been really good for them this year so far. But next year, is the old man back? You don't have a quarterback. Why should we pay this guy all that money if we don't have a quarterback? Now they can get out of that. They can't get out of Jonnu's contract because they're not paying Jonnu anything this year. It's what the Dolphins are going to pay him. They gave him the extension the following year. It's next year, $12 million. And if Rodgers doesn't come back, you're paying that guy $12 million. You have 3 tight ends, and do you really need him? Not really. That big kid, what is that big kid? Washington? That some bitch looks like he is like he still looks raw, but like, oh crap, man, you might develop. And then the other guy is awesome. The blue collar guy, the lunch Freiermuth. I love Freiermuth. That's a tough, hard-nosed dude that finds the holes in the zones. You know what I mean? And he's got great hands, and he's super tough. You really don't need Jonnu, but you're stuck with his $12 million next year. So now the whole DK we're stuck with Jonnu's 12. We're going to be stuck with we don't need this guy. We're going to be developing a young quarterback. Let's draft a young receiver also. Metcalf put himself in a really difficult spot. Okay? He better finish strong so he can have a strong finish and take it into the offseason because, and by the way, he could be even a later cut. He could be a June 1st cut. And then all of a sudden, you have less people with less money out there. Just saying. Se buscó un problema. That's how we say it in Spanish. Okay? He got himself into a pickle. All right. Oh, man. Let's see what else. Rams, Jags, Super Bowl. I would like that. I would like to see the Jags there, man. That would be super, super freaking cool. Be happy for them. I mean, my Dolphins aren't going to be there, so I'd like to see the Jags there. That would be actually really cool. I can go for that. Dude, I love it. And Bitcoin's at 87.6. This is beautiful. Beautiful. The consolidation period just continues. It is awesome. I'm the guy that never worries about it. And when it stays down, I'm like super happy because it just gives me time, for us poor people, for us working stiffs. We don't have thousands and all that to go accumulate a Bitcoin quickly. We have to pack little by little. So the more time you give me, the better for us working stiffs. So it's a beautiful thing. I love time for working stiffs. Let's see. Campo says, which game, Big O, helps my Xmas Eve tradition? 94 Chiefs versus the Dolphins wild card, or Week 16 Broncos at Dolphins 98? I would watch one of our Super Bowl wins. That's what I would watch. Watch what a real offensive line and a running game. That's what I would watch if I was you. I would watch our first Super Bowl win. That's what I would watch if I was you, Anthony. Watch the stuff that just fills your heart with joy. Okay? When they would look people in the eye and say, "Here we come and you can't stop us." That was fun. That was fun. Rosendo says, I like rich people. I like the way they live. I like the way they live when I'm with them. JWR says, I wanted Washington in the draft. Dude is a beast. Big O, imagine Tristan Wirfs, Penel Sewell as your starting O-line. Yeah. What can I tell you, my brother? It sucks, but it's, and I definitely was a Greer, McDaniel, and Allen fan. And sometimes I think it happens that when, like Chris Greer in his case, those guys could find talent, man. They did a really good job overall. They didn't do a good job of which ones to keep, which ones to let go. And then obviously they did an absolutely horrible job at hiring their two coaches, because that's what did them in. Because if they actually would have hired a coach that was really good and can build staffs, they probably would have won a playoff game or two, and they all would have survived, because we all would have been doing things we hadn't done in forever, like what we are with Mario right now. Mario got over that hump that we had not been over in forever. You know what I'm saying? And you're like, okay, maybe this thing is going to work now. Not that Mario's gotten there yet, but dude, he finally got somewhere where nobody had been for 20 years. So you got to give him love, So if that would have happened, we would have been like pigs in mud. We would have been so happy, rolling around and everything and all that, but it didn't happen. And then I think what happens sometimes is, and this happens, probably it happens to you, it's happened to me, it's happened to any of us. You say, oh, I would do this. And then when you are in charge, and then there's a lot of things coming your way, it doesn't go the way you wanted it to go. And then you do things in the moment that maybe you shouldn't have done. And then in hindsight, you realize, like, let's say, catering too much to your coaches. You know what I mean? That was probably something that they definitely made a mistake on. 2, they never really built the trenches. And that is the gravest of mistakes, because you didn't have a quarterback that could take on punishment. You drafted a guy that was handled with care. So handle with care, and you didn't. No, let's just start off with Jesse Davis. Oh, and let's give him his first game against the Rams and one of the meanest and nastiest defensive lines on the face of this earth. Because these are things that we do to help quarterbacks succeed. So it's a shame. I wanted it to happen. Just like any of us wanted Parcells to work out and Saban and Jimmy Johnson and all that, but it didn't happen, man. It is what it is, and we're back to square one where we've been for 30, 40 years. And who knows where we're going, unfortunately. Who knows where we're going? That's the worst part. That's the worst part. By the way, the big cheese tomorrow, Friday, Manny Navarro will join us with our BigCheeseMiami.com NIL and recruiting report. But you can visit the Big Cheese at 8080 Southwest 67th Avenue, 305-662-6855. And they've got the party platters going on now. So there's a lot of parties going on all through till the new year. Any dish can become a party platter. So order it. And they've got the patio that you can rent out now up to 40 people. So if you got a birthday, a get-together, a celebration, maybe an awards for your employees, and, it's not more than 40, you can actually rent the place out, the patio, which is really cool. They're at the Big Cheese. So call them, 305-662-6855, BigCheeseMiami.com. All right. Oh, let's see what we got here. All right. Let me do. You know what? Let me do it. It's a little early, but what the hell? Let me mix it up before I get back to Dolphins talk. I do have something else Dolphins-wise I want to talk about, but let's do a little music right now. What the hell? I already did the Journey one, which did I get an answer from? Let me see if I got an answer from Ho Yoon. Let's see. I haven't gotten an answer from Ho Yoon. All right. By the way, speaking of entertainment, which is what this segment's all about, did you hear about Snoop Dogg? He's going to call the January 5th game on Peacock the Warriors versus Clippers game. So, they'll get a couple of extra eyes to watch that game. Watch the mediocre Warriors and the mediocre Clippers play. I like that. Nothing but a GSW thing, baby. All right. Let's see. What else do we have? Let's go with famous musicians born on this date, December 23rd, 2 days before Christmas. Eddie Vedder from Pearl Jam, born in 1964. Sonny Emery, singer, songwriter, drummer, and percussionist, former member of Earth, Wind, and Fire. Also worked with Bruce Hornsby, Steely Dan, Eric Clapton, and the B-52s, born in 1962. Will Senat, Scottish psychedelic band The Shaman. There's a song called LSI, Love, Sex, Intelligence, that The Shaman sing that song. That's a great song, dude. There you go. Will Senat from The Shaman. Check it out. Love, Sex, Intelligence. I need your LSI. Ooh, Up the Irons, baby. Dave Murray, guitarist and one of the founding members of Iron Maiden, born in 1958. David Allen from the English punk band Gang of Four, born in 1955. Doug Stegmeyer worked with Billy Joel, Hall & Oates, and the Carpenters, born in 1951. We lost him in 1995, unfortunately. Ariel Bender, guitarist with Mott the Hoople, born in 1949. Adrian Belew, guitarist and singer, worked with King Crimson and David Bowie, born in 1949. Ray Tabano, founding member of Aerosmith, born in 1946. Him and Steven Tyler formed the band together. First, they were called the Strangors. Tabano replaced by Brad Whitford and Aerosmith in 71. So there you go. Let's see who else. Ron Bushy, drummer for Iron Butterfly, born in 41. Jorma Kaukonen with Jefferson Airplane and Hot Tuna, guitarist. Eugene Record with the Shy Lights, great doo-wop band, born in 1940. And that's about it. Now we go to famous birthdays, famous people. Remember, if I don't give you an age, that means that they have passed away, all right? So we start off with Football Hall of Famer Paul Hornung, born in 1935. Actor-comedian Harry Shearer, born in 43. He's 82 today. Actress Suzanne Lucci, she's 46, born in 46. She's 79. Track and Field Hall of Fame member Bill Rogers, born in 47. He's 78. Hall of Fame member Jack Ham of the Steelers, born in 48. He's 77. Anthony Phillips of Genesis, born in 51. He's 74. Jim Harbaugh, born in 63. He is 62 today. Model and former French First Lady Carla Bruni, born in 67. She's 58. Auto racer Greg Biffle. Didn't we just lose him? Right now, this weekend, right? Jesus Christ. We lost him and his family, right? Born in 69. Actor Corey Haim, born in 71. It's amazing. We lost him at a very young age also. Model TV personality Holly Madison, born in 79. She's 46. And that is it. Sean Stanley, do you have wrestlers for us?
Yes, sir, I do. Jamie Noble turns 49. Mima Shimoda is 55. Rob Terry is also 45. The Great Muda, he turned 63. And that is it, actually. I almost went to tomorrow's birthdays. That is your birthdays for December 23rd, 2025.
And yes, we will be on tomorrow. We'll be live at Subaru of Pembroke Pines starting off at 11 a.m., right? At Subaru, we're at 11, right? 11 and 1 over there. So we'll be out there having some fun. And then we'll be back on Friday. We'll be at Craig's Inn on Friday. We'll be off on Thursday. We're going to take Christmas off. Okay. Let's move over to music history. What happened today in music history? All right. We start off in 72. Imagine, a film by John Lennon, made its debut on American television. In 89, Phil Collins started a 4-week run at #1 on the U.S. singles charts with Another Day in Paradise, his 7th U.S. solo #1. What a career, Phil Collins, dude. What a freaking career, dude. Man, I just wish his health was 1,000 times better. In 92, Eddie Hazel, lead guitarist for Funkadelic, died from internal bleeding and liver failure in Plainfield, New Jersey at the age of 42. In 2018, Honey Lantry, drummer and sometimes singer of the Honeycombs, died at 75. The Honeycombs had a 64 UK #1 single with Have I the Right, and which featured Lantry, one of the few women drummers playing in bands at that time. And that is it. Let me see for birthdays that weren't mentioned on the other list. R&B and disco singer Esther Phillips, that's what it is, who had a big hit in 75 with What a Difference a Day Makes, was born in 35. Who else? Singer-songwriter Robbie Dupree. Why don't we steal away? Dun, 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 dun. He is 79 today. What else? Any other ones? That's it for music history. That does it. There we go. Signed, sealed, delivered. I'm yours. All right. Stephen Ross is the middle of the birthday board. I don't know what that means. Oh, okay. Oh, wait a minute. You changed the birthday? Oh, no. Okay. No, that's music history. I'm sorry. Yeah. Yeah, he loves that. Let's see. What else do we have? Shula in capri pants. That would be a look. That would be a look. We should put Shula in capri pants with crayon shoes, a double belt, a skinny tie, and a bowling shirt with can go. Yeah. And an earring. Okay. And a goatee. Might as well. Now picture Shula. If you know Shula, you're probably laughing at that idea, that thought. There's no way that could happen. Oh, man. What can I tell you all? By the way, Toyota of Hollywood, 1841 North State Road 7. They are the number one volume Toyota dealership in the Southeast United States. You can get the Camry LE sedan right now, $299, 0 down. They've got no payments for 90 days, 2.75% financing available for 4 full years. What I love is selection, because you hate to go to a dealership. Yeah, we've got these 3 Corollas and we've got these 4 Camrys, and you're like, yo, man, yeah, we got 4 Tundras. Nah, how about 40 Tundras? Okay? How about 75 Corollas? You know, that's what I'm talking about. How about 100 different Camrys? I don't know. That's the crazy numbers they'll have, because that way you'll pick all kinds of colors and styles and models, and this one has leather and that one doesn't. I want a sunroof. No, I don't. Whatever it is, they've got the different they understand. And so they want to make sure that the customer goes in there. And by the way, you shop in comfort at Toyota of Hollywood. Okay, because it's like 7-8 floors under roof. So 2,000 cars, 1,200 new ones. And so you get to go to floor, and depending on what car you want, and they got all different models there, and you get to see them all. And you're away from the heat, the humidity, and the rain. So if it happens to be raining or it's hot and humid, and, oh, no, I don't want to shop for, oh, no, honey, at Toyota of Hollywood, there's no sun. There's no rain. You're under roof shopping and looking at 1,200 cars, new ones. 2,000 overall. That's pretty cool. 1841 North State Road 7. Go see Herbie Lopez and the folks and tell them that Big O sent you. Toyota of Hollywood. All right. There are 2 things that you must do with this franchise. Okay? One, you've got to fire Mike McDaniel. I don't know if this owner's smart enough to figure this out, but the other thing that you need to do is gut the franchise. Gut the franchise. When you've got a disease, you eliminate it. You call the Cobra. You're a disease, and I'm the cure. That's what you do, okay? If there's dirty countertops, you use that Clorox, right, to make sure you kill everything out there, right? All the bacteria, anything, you don't want any E. coli hanging out there. You know what I'm saying? This is what you do to start anew and to give yourself a fresh start with fresh eyes. There are no fresh eyes in that building. It's the constant thing. What are you going to do now? Elevate Champ, who's been in there and seen the mess, and so he's going to do everything to save his job? Is that what you're going to do? Elevate from within Brandon Shore or anybody else, or what you're going to do? That doesn't make any sense. What are you going to do? Keep around Mike McDaniel for another year because you think that the selection of coaches aren't that great? No, that happens because you're lazy and you're a terrible franchise. But if you're a great franchise, which you're not, you gut it because nothing's worked. You've kept everybody from within for years and all that kind of stuff. Dude, that only works if you're the Heat and you're a successful organization and you're developing people and then they can replace each other. Okay, that's fantastic. You're not. Nobody was in line to sign Mike McDaniel. Nobody's in line to sign Champ Kelly. Nobody's in line to sign. Nobody wants to steal Mike McDaniel from you as head coach. You know, the whole thing is, oh, well, what if the Ravens release Jim Harbaugh? What if the Steelers release Mike Tomlin? Oh, we should get him. Well, I'm sorry. Nobody's saying that about any Dolphin coach or executive. So you really, you need to fire McDaniel and you need to gut this franchise, dude. You must gut it. You must eliminate the disease. If there's cancer, you use radiation and you kill the cancer and you remove it and you hope it never comes back again. You must put radiation to this. Unfortunately, we can't eliminate the owner, which is like the biggest problem, right? And the owner is too stupid to actually realize what he has to do. But if you're going to start trying to convince people and all, oh, no, well, you know, these people from within and all, they're all part of the disease. Okay? You did it with Greer, and it didn't work out. You gotta get rid of everybody. You gotta start anew. You gotta bring in brand new faces, new direction. And I get it, dude. How old is Stephen Ross? Look up his age. What is he? 85, 86, 97, 142. I don't know, whatever he is. Okay? I understand that, you know, time isn't necessarily, although he looks pretty good for his age, by the way. You know, it's not like he doesn't look like he can last for a few more years. You know what I'm saying? But I get it. You know, at that age, you know, it's kind of, listen, dude, I'm 85. I'm at the point where I'm approaching 60, and I almost feel like every day is a blessing for me. You know what I'm saying? I could check out anytime myself, you know, but 85, I get it, but you got to do what's best overall. And if you keep putting Band-Aids on a problem that has a disease, has an infection, has gangrene, has cancer, you're not going to fix it. You're just not going to fix it. It's just not going to happen. You're not going to be able to get a blue light and put it under your skin like some people wanted you to do. Or better yet, disinfectant so you can kill that COVID. You know, those medical suggestions from people that we put in office, you know, those, yeah, a little disinfectant. You know, we'll put a blue light under there and we'll kill it. Yeah. Yeah, doctors are looking at them like, but anyway, you got to attack it the right way, not with a blue light and not with disinfectant putting into your body. No. Let's do it the right way. Because basically, what you've been doing is the blue light. That hasn't gotten by. Oh, man. And by the way, McDaniel inspires nothing. That's the other thing. The Champ Kelly doesn't inspire a damn thing. None of this is inspiring. You tell me, well, you know, we think McDaniel can grow into the position and all that, and that's not inspiring. Well, you know, we've gotten to know Champ. He's been here in the building for a while now, and we think he could grow into the. No. Sorry. And you just cut bait, dude. You know, our teams have a problem doing this. The Miami Heat is like number one in this town. They don't know when to cut bait. They have no idea when the gravy train is over. Sad, but it's the truth, unfortunately. They fall in love too much. They get too high on their supply, the Miami Heat. It's a problem with them, you know? You get high on your own supply. Not good, man. Not good. Anyway, gut it, baby. Gut it. All right. Don't forget, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show. Cash App or Venmo. And you can make a Bitcoin, Ethereum, Chainlink, or Solana donation, of course. You can send in your questions or comments. And we appreciate that immensely. What else do we have? Oh, by the way, you know, now that I think about it, oh, shoot. Uh-oh, wait a minute. Oh. When is, now I'm thinking, I don't know if I can even go to the, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, okay. That's interesting. Because Journey would be on May 16. I'm just thinking about this. May 16 in Jacksonville. May 17, I'm supposed to be in Los Angeles. So do I go May 16 to Jacksonville? Oh, I could drive in a rented car to Jacksonville, leave it, fly to LA, and then I see Echo and the Bunnymen at the Greek Theater on May 17th. And then I see Echo and the Bunnymen again at Soma Main Stage in San Diego, May 18th. And then on the 20th, I go see Santana in Las Vegas at the House of Blues. And then the 21st, I see No Doubt at the Sphere. And then I fly back. Yeah. And then I fly back for another concert. Like there's a concert on the 24th. Didn't I just buy tickets to it? Yeah. Who did I just buy tickets to? Triumph. Triumph is May like 2 days after I come back from the LA Vegas thing. So okay, maybe I have to do some. My wife is gonna flip out. Flip out. But that's good. That is rocking right there. Wow. Okay. Yeah, maybe I could do that. I wonder how the flights are from Jacksonville. No, yeah, Jacksonville's a pretty decent hub. No, it's not a main hub. It's not Miami, Tampa, Fort Lauderdale, but it should be pretty decent. Actually, Jacksonville, land-wise, they are the biggest. I believe they're the biggest city in our state. Land-wise. I think. Don't hold me to that. I have a lot of useless information in my head, but I believe that Jacksonville, land-wise, is the biggest city in Florida. I think. I'm not sure, but he's looking up to see if that fun fact, if I'm right or wrong or just off or whatever. But yeah, sometimes I come up with stuff like that has no rhyme or reason. But that would be. I'm right. Jacksonville's number one. 874 and Tampa's 2. What, Tampa? Oh, so Jacksonville is 875 square miles and Tampa's 175 at number 2. So how about Miami? Where's Miami? Cape Coral's 3. Wow. You would have gotten me on that.
Orlando is 4 with 113.
We're 113. Wow, Orlando. Port St. Lucie has 5.
118.
Wow. 118. Tallahassee is 6. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So Pembroke Pines is number 7. Wow. Hollywood number 8. Miramar 9. Gainesville 10. What? Yeah. Yeah, and unincorporated. Yeah, that's not really like Miami. Because everybody has suburbs too. You know what I'm saying? But it's what the city of Miami, what the city of Jacksonville, how big they are or whatever. From what I remember, that, I don't know how that stuff sticks to my head, by the way. I have no idea. I have no idea how I even know that. I don't even remember when I learned that, to be quite honest. No idea. Yeah. Anyways, I asked a buddy to Photoshop Tom Landry's head onto McDaniel's body. That would be hilarious too. That would be, yeah. Yeah. I'm not good with any of that stuff. I can't do any of that. Yeah. In honor of Chet Baker's 96th birthday, you should listen on YouTube. Chet in Paris. Okay. Who is Chet Baker? I don't know. Rosendo is like, he's way more intelligent than all of us, like combined. So, American jazz trumpeter and vocalist. Wow, I didn't know. Okay. Chet Baker. All right. Chet in Paris. All right, I'll check it out. I'll check it out. I'll check out Chet in Paris. No problem. I got you. I got you. So, by the way, the Heat tonight, they are 2-8 in their last 10. Okay. Khalil Ware in the last 3 games, 25 points, 15 rebounds, a block and a half. He is shooting 12 of 16 from three-point range. He is I don't know if he's going to be that, but this is what I wanted from Bam. What I'm getting from Ware is what I wanted from Bam to call him a star. Now I think everybody's come over to Orlando Island, right? On Bam, right? I think, right? Nobody's calling him a star anymore, right? Everybody now knows that I gave him the proper name. It wasn't a derogatory thing. It wasn't an insult. It was actually a compliment. He is a super role player. Okay? Khalil Ware is playing. Now, I don't know if this is real or Memorex. Okay? This could be just a little run for him, and then he goes back to playing up and down and going to get benched or whatever. I don't know. I have no idea. But it's exciting to watch because he fits what today's players are. He can play the inside-outside game. And that is, a rare feat. And this is an aggressive, in-your-face, blocking your shot type of guy in the post, which, passive Bam is not really that guy. And then on the outside, he's got that touch, dude, that you're like, wow, okay. And you're not blocking that shot. You know what I mean? It's like, what? Table 11? Okay. I'll be there in a minute. Anyway, so, I need that as a Heat fan. I got to tell you something, because I'm different than some of you Heat fans out there. I don't give a shit about the playoffs. They're nobodies. They're not going to go anywhere. If they surprise me, great. But I told you guys from the offseason, I want this about development. I want to watch Jaquez. I want to watch Jovic. I want to watch Khalil Ware. I want to watch Yakuchonis. That's who I want. I want to watch all the young guys. My guy, Pallel Larson, all that. That's what I want to watch, because that's what you can try to build on and hope that one. What did I say? I hope that one develops into a star. By the way, aren't we due? Like, a lot of teams find a star late first round, mid first round, second round. We've never done that. Always it's a guy that we picked early in the draft, first half of the first round or top 5 or whatever, or we traded for the guy, signed or trade, whatever. We've never really lucked into a guy that became an absolute stud that was a middle, late first rounder and a second rounder. Hasn't happened yet. Now, other teams have had that luck. We haven't had that luck. So I'm just hoping that maybe Pallel Larson, maybe Yakuchonis, whoever, dude, please, one of you turn into that. So all good in the hood, man. All right. It is time to talk a little football with Casino Steve and the Jersey Wise guy, because this week, by the way, they both went 2-1. The Jersey Wise guy won the Chargers game +2, lost the Giants +2.5, won New England +2.5. Steve won New England +2.5, won Atlanta -2.5, and lost Houston -14 in that game against the Raiders, which was like, what the hell was going on with Houston, dude? Like, what the hell is that? That is insane.
Can I cry about Houston, please?
Is this mic on? Wait a minute. Oh, yeah. Okay, go ahead.
I mean, what do you think? What, they just didn't show up? Maybe half the guys
they've had kind of up and down season at times, you know.
I don't know. I think that's coaching.
It's the NFL too, man. Sometimes it's just like that.
I mean, it's the Raiders.
But it's 14 points too. We talked about that.
Yeah, but it wasn't like they beat them by 10.
No, I know, but
I mean, it was like they almost lost the game.
I know. That's what I'm saying. It's hard to give up 14 points, man.
It is. So
you don't have a lot of room for.
What do we teach
the Jersey Wise guy? His loss is by half a point.
Yeah, I know. That was
his loss was by half a point.
He's still crying about it. He's still crying about it.
He lost the Giants one, right?
2.5.
And it was 3.
That's tough.
That
one hurts.
That's tough.
But the other one is the NFL. Sometimes even the crappy team wakes up and has a good game. You know, 2 good games a year.
We do it here all the time
with
the
Dolphins.
Dolphins.
In Miami. We see that in Miami. You know, today, Big O, it was really an eye-opener for me about the Dolphins. I had non-football fans, females, like busting my stones, justifiably, I may add.
Of course.
That I'm a Dolphins fan. Do you understand? You know how that just makes me like, what has it come to here in Miami? And then
I've been dealing with that for dececades with that.
And I'm watching. What was I watching? The football game the other day, and the graphic goes. It might have been. It was a what do you call it, Sports Center show, and its graphic goes up there. 25 years since there's a playoff win. Number 2 was like 20 wins, and then like number 4 was like 12. It wasn't that bad. You know, it was like bad. You know, it was horrible, but not 25.
Right.
Like
it shows the incompetence of this ownerships, and then all ownerships.
Yes, that's not.
And then all the general managers and all the head coaches.
No. See, I see. I happen to. Let me interject there. I think Chris Greer's been here for 20 years.
He wasn't the general manager. He wasn't general manager for Saban or the Parcells people or Tannenbaum.
Oh, it was the other guy.
Tannenbaum too.
The guy. What was the guy's name? He had like a French, or what was his name? He was about 15 years ago. I met him. He was a very nice guy, but he didn't seem. He did a horrible job.
French,
not French. What was his name? What was some of the general managers?
Oh, you talk about like Jeff Ireland?
Ireland. Yeah,
that was the Parcells.
I had the wrong
group.
country. Yeah, it was
Europe. French, Ireland. It's kind of the same thing.
Yeah. Well, it's over there. It's on the other side of the ocean.
It's
big,
kind of.
Jeff French. Well, what did Jersey? Yeah, I tell you, I'm from Jersey. I don't know if I ever mentioned it, but the Jeff French, Jeff Ireland, he was horrible.
Yeah, but he was
horrible.
But again, and Chris Greer was under those.
You know
people.
why? You know why I called him Jeff French? Because that just proves how horrible he was.
Yeah.
He's not memorable.
Jimmy brought him here. Jimmy hired Chris Greer.
Oh, Jimmy did, but he was a low-level staff member.
Yeah, he started as a scout. Yeah,
how'd that work out?
It must have worked out really well. Yeah, because he survived all the general managers. And if he's scouting and putting in reports, those are all on hard drives. And at the end of the year, and when you change managers and you change presidents, you look at who's doing the right reports and wrong. He must have been doing the right reports. Where he screwed up. No. He found a lot of – dude, just a couple of years ago, it was our best team in 20 years. was our best team in 20 years.
Don't have any-
Whatever anybody tells me, a couple of years ago, we had our best team of 20 years, and they put it together. Where he screwed up was he brought the 2 wrong coaches. I mean, I talked about
Adam
this
Gase.
this week.
He's an Adam Gase guy.
No. He brought Flo and this guy, McDaniel. But think about the Flo one, okay? Think about this. You wanted to tank the first year for Burrow, okay? You didn't have that conversation with Flo till after you hired him and you were somewhere, and then you said, hey, and by the way, I'll give you $100,000 for every loss. And that conversation, if you're a real owner and then GM and all that, that conversation's had before you're hired, before you sign that contract. You're sitting down with his agent and him, and hey, we have an understanding here, right? You've got a guaranteed contract for 5 years. This first year, we're not looking to win. We're looking to lose as many games as possible, and we want Joe Burrow on the team. And then you end up getting this asshole saying, no, I'm going to try to coach every – and you really aren't going anywhere, but I'm going to kill myself for 5 wins or whatever, and you end up ruining the pick, and so you end up with the guy that he doesn't want.
Yes, then it gets worse.
Then it gets worse. You know what I mean? So you ended up creating. So you know what it is? Sometimes some people, they have maybe the skill set like these guys do. Like McKenzie did a great job with the Raiders before he got fired, actually. He's the one that got Carr. He's the one that got the pass rusher. What's the name of the big pass rusher that they traded to the Bears after? Khalil Mack and all that.
Khalil Mack. Oh.
Yeah, he got all of that. They got to the playoffs, and then they had a down year, and then they fired him, and then they brought in Gruden. It was a real mess, all that. So McKenzie was there with this guy, and Marvin Allen's another guy. But what happens is sometimes you have ideas of what you want to do when you get in place, and then when you get there, there's other things flying around, and then you don't end up doing what you really wanted to do and what you had to do, which was build the lines and all that. Plus, you have an owner going behind your back, losing a first and a third, all that kind of other stuff going on. So it just is it's not a conducive place to win. And then at the same time, I think those guys got into a situation where they made some bad decisions, and it's cost them. And now we're back to the same square one that we've been at for 30, 40 years.
Let me digress. You said conducive place to win. That's right here in Hialeah Park.
That's right.
Right downstairs.
Loosest
slots downstairs. Beautiful slot machines. The latest and the greatest. Win a Mercedes on New Year's Eve. 1 o'clock. And I don't know what 1 o'clock.
Yeah. And some of those poker games they've got downstairs, the ladies that are actually, on that video.
Blackjack. That's that electronic blackjack.
Yeah. They've got some of the greatest too.
Those videos are a little old though. They're not. But they're young.
Those things don't get old to look at.
The videos don't age. It's quite amazing.
Yeah.
It's quite amazing how they do.
Hot women don't get
not on video.
And she never ages.
Yeah, and she's always nice. She was always asking to come on and play with me. It's blackjack. But so here in poker, I've been saying it for.
That's what she said.
I've been saying it for literally 2 months or a month and a half. $200,000 Ace King Royal.
I know.
Come on, Ace King Royal, $200,000 just doesn't exist anywhere nearby. This is the holiday season. Oh, by the way, to your viewers and to you, Feliz Navidad,
happy holidays.
Yes, and happy. Yes, Merry Christmas.
By the way, does the wise guy have anything for tomorrow?
He does not.
For Christmas.
A Christmas game. He was talking about Christmas. He was like, "How many?"
Because we're on tomorrow, so if he passed me on any, actually. We're on Friday, so we're on Friday.
But if he does, I will text you. But he was crying and moaning about that half a point. I had to listen to about 20 minutes about the half a point, right? As if there was something. He had this whole thing. He should be 3-0, and I'm saying, should be, could we, and I should be, and all that. But so it was. But anyhow, $200,000 Ace King, $100,000 bad beat, $10,000 a day Royal raffles. We are back. Okay. And you know what the greatest thing what poker players are looking for? They're looking for action.
For sure.
And the action's here now. And that's come the next couple of days, especially after the holidays, this is where you need to be. This is where
come on down and get a Mercedes too. Giving away the Mercedes.
I don't know who would look better, Big O or Sean. I'm not really sure.
My wife.
That's come on, that's sort of like a no-brainer there. That's like
my wife
putting it. Yeah, she would look great.
By the way,
she would look good in that.
Giving away the
She looks good
31st.
all the time, but I mean, in that car.
Oh, she would look fantastic.
Yeah.
You're giving away the 31st, right?
31st.
And you know what's on the 31st? And I'm sure you'll have it here on the TVs all over the place playing. The University of Miami against Ohio State. I know that you guys here are big UM fans.
Big. I gotta tell you, if UM beats Ohio State,
we got actually a shot at national.
They're gonna have a statue.
Yeah.
They're gonna have a statue.
You know, Cristobal did what the Dolphins haven't done for 25 years. They haven't won like a bowl game or a significant game. What he did last week was amazing. Did you watch the game?
I did watch the game. A little bit of a bore bowl.
But did you like Mohamed Torre forcing that fumble?
Great. Look, that's good. Great. Not
yet.
I don't know who
he hasn't picked up.
Torre.
You haven't picked up on
Who's that?
On Mohamed Torre.
No.
He
I
forced
just know
the fumble.
Defense played very well.
Okay.
Who's Mohamed Torre?
He's a hell of a player for the Canes. And he's from Pleasantville, New Jersey. And he made a game-changing play with that fumble.
Shame.
Yes.
Shame.
Yeah, he got injured. Yeah,
shame.
supposedly he
yeah, the guy got, yes. I didn't know the guy was
Pleasantville, New Jersey.
I watched the game. I did not know he was from Pleasantville. No, let me tell you something about Pleasantville. Let me tell you something about Pleasantville, New Jersey.
Crank it up, baby. Crank it up.
There's nothing pleasant about Pleasantville. Okay, first of all.
That's why Mohamed Torre is a nasty-ass dude.
Exactly. It is a little bit of a shithole of a town.
Right.
I hope nobody from Pleasantville is going to start.
Yeah, it's unpleasantville.
It's just a crappy little town, but it's not a bad town, but you wouldn't live there.
Okay.
Most people
It's
wouldn't
an
live.
unpleasantville.
Nobody, yes, it's Unpleasantville. It's right outside of Atlantic City, right? And it's like it's Atlantic City. You go over the bridge.
Yeah, Atlantic City is no gem either, as it is.
No,
so,
it's not. It's basically Atlantic City's and Pleasantville are sort of the same. It's like a little bit of the hood.
Brothers and sisters.
It's a hood. It's the hood.
It's Hialeah, Miami Springs.
Yeah, but Hialeah, Miami Springs.
Yeah, they're right next to each other.
Right next to each other. Very, very, very small.
But it's more like Medley.
It's like a medley. It's like a medley, yes. It's very small. The high school's Group 1. There's Group 1's the smallest, Group 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
So Group 1, it's really small. They have these ugly uniforms. They're the Greyhounds. They're the Pleasantville Greyhounds. How's that for knowing that, right?
All right.
And the team stinks. The football team stinks, but they always
Except
have
Muhammad.
They every year they have one or two great players on it.
Oh, okay.
Great players. Now I'll tell you what they had. I don't know about recently. They used to have the best. Atlantic City had too. The best basketball teams, and they had a great coach.
Okay.
I mean, they had Atlantic City would win the Group 4 championships. Pleasantville would win the Group 1 championships, and it was like people were afraid to come down the shore to play basketball because those two teams were good for like 15 years. Those coaches are long gone, but there was a period of a dynasty there.
Okay.
But good old Pleasantville. I didn't know Muhammad was
Muhammad.
I knew the guy. I saw the game, but it was a little bit of a bore. I was watching.
Well, it was a defensive battle. It was two great defenses.
And I know it was windy, and the kickers were missing field goals,
Right.
short field goals, like 20-something yard field goals.
Well, you saw the poor UM kicker. Two of those kicks, it was all wind.
I get
all wind took it, dude. Like I felt bad for him because he had to aim to the left of the thing so he could go to the
and
middle.
It went way right.
And he aimed for the middle, and it went to the right of the thing. It's like
and
I
even
feel
the
bad.
other kicker missed like a 20-yarder.
Yeah. Well, but the other kicker was bad. And then
No,
they
our
brought in
guy's
the
good, yeah.
original kicker. The other kicker kicked the ground before he kicked the ball.
So I have to dig into this now. How did you know that Muhammad's from Pleasantville, New Jersey?
Oh, but I follow this stuff, so I know when guys what towns are from.
Yeah,
and
but
all
there's
that
lots
kind
of guys
crap.
you don't know what state they're from. But you have I think you're a closet
No,
fan of
no,
New Jersey.
No.
I think
but
he's a closet fan.
When they recruit
Summers.
a lot of these kids, I get to know who their names are, where they come
Come out
from,
of.
and I remember like if there's a guy from Jersey or something like that. And so then I laughed when Mohamed Torre made it because I go, isn't that guy from Jersey? And then I'm like that, dude. I just out of nowhere I pulled that out of my ass and I told everybody, did you know that Jacksonville's the biggest city in Florida?
By square miles?
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
There you go.
That makes sense by square miles.
There you go.
I liked it. I went to the Super Bowl there.
Yeah.
I went to the Super Bowl.
Oh, so you stayed in a boat?
No.
That was the Super Bowl that they had. They had to bring in cruise boats because they didn't have enough hotels.
No, I stayed in.
Also, you were like in a.
I was in a Holiday Inn Express.
Oh,
you can't make that up, right?
No, you're in Jacksonville. What do they have? Like 2 good hotels?
No, Big O. It was like an hour and 15 minutes down
right.
the highway.
I would imagine.
Like we were like in. If it was outside of Jacksonville, to say the least.
Oh,
but I had a blast. A customer. I was working in New Jersey. I don't know if I tell you I worked in New Jersey.
No, never.
Yeah, from New Jersey. And there was a customer from New Jersey when I was working in New Jersey. He owned a bar there, and they had the great parties there. I met what's the guy Owen Wilson?
Oh yeah, with the red nose. Yeah.
Hootie and the Blowfish were playing at the party, and like the party was like half the size of this poker room here, and it was fantastic. I thought that it was Jacksonville was great. It did rain. It was a little crappy weather, and I remember signing up for a credit card so that I can get a towel and wrap myself because I was getting cold, right? But the media beat up on Jacksonville, and I had a blast there.
Well, that's because they didn't have enough hotel rooms.
Hotel accommodations.
It was a city that wasn't. It's not really suited to host a Super Bowl. It's not really suited to host big events yet. They're not a big town.
They don't have the hotel
volume. They're
right?
not. They're not Miami, Fort Lauderdale, Tampa.
No.
Orlando. Sorry, forgot about Orlando. Orlando's got more than enough hotels to spare.
But anyhow, so I thought Jacksonville was great.
Yeah, good stuff.
Anyhow, so this Friday, well, if I have anything for Christmas from the Jersey guy,
right,
wise guy,
okay.
And now I'm gonna on Friday.
And the Mercedes when?
December 31st here in Hialeah Park.
Okay, so you can come on out, watch the game. Play a couple of machines because you're getting entries that night still.
Hey, you can come this weekend and earn some
I know,
entries.
right? You can come this weekend.
You can earn tonight. You can come
every
tonight.
time you pull that handle or press the button, whatever it is for the machines, you get an entry. Every time. It's a beautiful thing. So come on out here. You might win a Mercedes.
All right, guys.
Nothing wrong with that. All right, my man.
Take care. 2-1.
2-1.
I'll be back on Friday.
We're back Friday.
I'm not going to quit until I go 3-0.
Okay. Well, we got the playoffs coming.
Playoffs?
Not for the Dolphins.
Do you love that commercial?
Still.
It's like one of the greatest commercials.
Still, of course.
If you really play the whole YouTube, like the team was horrible.
Oh, yeah.
And he was just like, basically he was Mora, right? It was
yeah.
He was just great. Like, are you guys?
Yeah, he's just being honest.
Like playoffs, we don't have a freaking chance for the playoffs.
It's awesome.
Anyhow,
I love the brutal honesty.
Take care, man.
All right, man.
Take care, guys.
The great Steve Calabro and, of course, Sean Stanley mastering the program. And again, the 31st, giving away that Mercedes. So come on out. Be good, Steve. Thank you. Good holiday. See you Friday, baby. All right. Good stuff as always. 1.7 billion. Did you Dolphins play good luck? Oh yeah, the what is it? The Powerball is 1.7. I'm going to play again. Let's see. Greer is your boy, Big O. He was the worst GM. I'm glad he was fired. I'm sure you are. I'm sure everybody is. Thought Steve would come out wearing a Santa outfit. He'll do it on Friday when he gives you the picks because he's going to give you the gifts of the picks. Okay. All right. We thank, of course, the great Steve Calabro. We thank Mr. Brunetti because without Mr. Brunetti, none of this happens. Okay. And he's been a great supporter of our radio show and platform now for many, many years now. And we appreciate it immensely. We thank all the great people out here at Hialeah Park. Michael Golden does a great job running the place and making sure that everybody's very accommodating for us, and we appreciate it. We thank everybody that tuned in, everybody that hit the like button. Please hit the like button before you go out. Hit the notification bell. That way you know when we go live, when Sean drops a video or a rant, or if we have a breaking news or anything, you'll know when we go live. You can make a donation to the show, Cash App or Venmo at any time at Cash Big O Show. We appreciate those of you as always. Great way to support us is making a donation. Great way to support us is visiting our amazing sponsors that make it happen for us every single day. We'll see you tomorrow from Subaru of Pembroke Pines. Same time, same place, same bat channel.
This is the